Hello, how's it going? I hope you liked the songs that came out on Friday. I'll be putting up some instrumentals of those at some point. Not sure 100% yet. When yet? When yet? Yeah, when. But yeah, I will be. And yeah, I hope you liked the video. Started shooting it, as you may know if you've been keeping up on the Patreon posts, on Monday, I think. Yeah, Monday. And shot it on Monday, Tuesday, and a bit on Wednesday because we were expecting to have it done on Monday, but it took forever. We actually tried shooting some parts with the actual car inside the actual room as well. Oh, that was a nightmare getting it in there, but it didn't look that good. So we dumped it, and then we did the hanging thing, and we tried getting the lots of things. And I ended up having to spend 2 days kind of moving everything back in here and questioning why the heck I carried so many things there. It was absolutely knackering, I have to say. Even to the point I had to take all of these shelves. To keep the video nice and cheap, I had to take all the shelves instead of getting other things. It would have been a bit wasteful if I just bought some shelves, so I just literally pulled my room apart. But in some ways it had a silver lining because it meant that I could like change all the wiring and kind of just rethink it, because I've amassed a few more bits and bobs over the last nearly a year and a couple of months, 2 or 3 months since I've moved in here. So it's the first time that a lot of this stuff's been pulled out. But yeah, this goes on to the next point of what happened. So Friday night at about 2 o'clock in the morning, it was planned, like it was actually planned on Thursday, I think. Heimbach, you may know him. He's a YouTuber. If you do not know, you should check him out, Heimbach. But I'm probably sure if you're probably sure you've at least heard of him. He contacted me on Thursday saying, "Oh, I'm over in England. Where do you live? And are you living in London?" Because obviously people seem to think I live in London, which I do not. So I was shocked because he was in London on Friday, and he had to get a 2-hour train at midnight to get over to where I am, which is in the Kent coast, Thanet, you may know. I got him at the train station at 2. Luckily there was a pub open. We had one beer, and we got back to mine at about 3 o'clock. I live in a flat near the train station enough, with my girlfriend, and he didn't. I was saying this like he doesn't. You only see this. You don't see the flat really, which is basically just a bed, a sofa in a living room kind of situation. No TV, nothing really. There's like me and my girlfriend both have studios. We literally go there to kind of just sleep and clean ourselves. Sounds wrong. Cook the odd meal and stuff. But So he didn't think about asking whether I had a cat. Well, turns out I had a cat, and we found out very quickly that he was allergic to cats. We had to think of a plan, and I decided that we had to come and have a sleepover at the studio. So we got in the taxi because I had a couple of beers, couldn't drive, and I let him have the sofa over there, and I slept pretty much on the floor. But I had Heimbach over. It's a rare occasion. It's fine. So that happened, and we woke up. There's no lights in here, so no idea what the time is. And then we spent the next 5 or 6 hours, because this is all we had, 5 or 6 hours messing around with the test equipment, because I knew Heimbach was coming. So what I did is I made sure all of the test equipment was finally plugged in and working. If I turn it around, finally I've started doing this project, because I stopped this project when I started working on the Game Boy Mega Machine, which we'll talk about in a minute. It's kind of sat in the ley line, and I basically got most of these from universities that I emailed, and I got them reasonably cheap. They were all in between £30 each and £100 each. And funnily enough, like I guess over the last year, since Heimbach is really talking about them, and there's Dennis Verschoor and stuff, and people are really showing them and what they're capable of on the internet, they're sort of, people are asking a little bit too much money for them, I think. But who knows? But anyway, you'll notice there's one missing. We'll talk about that in a bit. But we jammed that out. It was fun. But we only had 6 hours, so we had to debug it all and then just mash it, put it together, because we needed to get in the car and drive all the way to a place called Aldershot, which was 2 hours away. to get to the Modular Cafe Aldershot, which is where he was playing that night. And he had a sound check at 5, so we left at 3. And yeah, we went in my car, which I very, very seldomly drive very far because I'm not expecting it to ever really make it. But it does it every time. It's a 1989 Volkswagen Scirocco. Got it for rather cheap about 3 or 4 months ago. It was about, I think it was £1,300 for a classic car, for like a classic sports car of the like 80s. I think that's a pretty good deal. But it was good. Changed the oil just before we left. Finally, got there, had a puncture when we got to the place, and there was found out there's and suddenly halfway through the oil light just was buzzing. There's this awful buzz. Had to tolerate the buzzing for the whole journey, and it was it wasn't the oil because the oil wasn't too full or too empty. It was just right, but it just kept on going, and we had to tolerate this for 2 hours. Bzz. On the way back, me and my friend found out if we tapped on top of the dashboard, it stopped buzzing. It's great. But yeah, anyway, I'm sure if you check over on Highback's site, it will be speaking about the gig and stuff. It was very fun and whatnot. And yeah, got back at about 4 o'clock last night, and I got up reasonably late, and I've just had probably my first kind of chillax day off. I've just basically, all I've done really is watched some YouTube videos, cleaned up a bit of a mess, and built these, which are hopefully the finished versions of the LFO design. This is the LFOs. I updated them because there was a few mistakes in the last one. These are pretty cool. The schematic for them is here, and it's below. I'll share the actual file for it when I put them out. Yeah, they're based on I've spoke about these before, and if you're interested in them, these will be the next PCB boards out. I'm going to go home tonight and work on the oscillator one. Hopefully I'll have those next week because yeah, I've had a lot of ideas for the oscillator modules and actually expansion parts and stuff. So hopefully I'll be talking about that next week when when I've got that a bit further along. But yeah, I was just talking about this because of the Heimbach thing and stuff. Also, when after the stuff, I decided when I bought the Game Boy Mega Machine back in, I made a little trolley for it, so it's not just stuck in one place. Yeah, look at that. Feels like you're in a secret library, but that's cool. I mean, it's going to be taller when it's done. It'll be like up here, so you can play on the keyboard. It's going to have Leslie speakers underneath, dual stereo Leslies. I mean, that might not happen, but who knows? Ooh. But yeah, that's about it. I just thought I should say hello, have a chat, and finally got to use this again, which was cool with the test equipment. It's the Boolean Logic by CGS, Catgirl Synth, Ken Stone. And it was pretty cool. It's basically just a clock divider and a few AND OR gates, XOR and stuff. It's pretty cool. I don't know where you can get that schematic, but it was quite useful with all of the test equipment. And I'm thinking when I've finished a whole modular voice, and I've done a few different sequences, which I'm going to talk about in a couple of weeks, like the kind of like doing what I wish the BeatStep Pro would do, but also on, but as a module synth. I'll probably be doing modulars made for test equipment and stuff, and mainly just other things. Like actually, I went on eBay the other day, and this is a plan for a video. So I've got this box in here, and I can't remember exactly what kind of chips they were, but basically it was just for £5. No, it wasn't even that. It was like £4.50. You could get miscellaneous chips of I think it was 4000 series. I'm not sure. Just in tinfoil, bit strange. What have we got? We got like, I have no idea. There's just if you look in here, there's loads of random chips. The DMS 81 what? DM81LS97. I just thought it would be an interesting challenge. I've started this video already. 4046. Some of them I was actually going to try and build synthesizer modules and synths just based around breaking out some chips. Much like the Lunetta projects and stuff like that. I think it might be a fun project to try. Who knows? But But anyway, yeah, that's it. I've put the filters up for a slightly reduced price on the Patreon shop as well. There's not many of them left. I'm only doing a small batch of those ones, like I said, for Renault. And yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. So that is it. And have a listen to the Heimbach songs. They're, very we just jammed. So yeah. Anyway.